welcome everyone to the People's House.
Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The bill is passed.
We want to make sure that we make New York a more affordable place to live, a better place to raise a family. Welcome to Assembly Update. I am Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara, representing the 111th Assembly District, which includes Montgomery County, parts of Schenectady County, and parts of Albany County. Today on the show, we are going to be talking about the rape crisis program in Montgomery County, and we have joining us Veronica Parks. Welcome to the show, Veronica.
Thank you.
We'd like to start off with a little bit about your background and how you got involved with the program.
Okay. Very long time ago, I lived in Buffalo and worked on the Buffalo State campus, and it was when women were starting to become more independent, and we saw a lot of sexual assaults on campus, a lot of harassment, women not feeling safe. So started talking as a small group of people, what can we do to make things safer? And it just grew. It wasn't only women, this grew to include men. The security on campus got involved. We would escort women to and from buildings to their cars. And this movement just grew. Buffalo developed a rape crisis program, a hotline, and had a formal program. And it was the very beginnings of people recognizing domestic violence and sexual assault. And then I moved here and saw an ad in the paper for a job for a coordinator for a program, and I set up the Montgomery County program and the Fulton County program. I work with Schenectady, the Schenectady Rape Crisis Program, and it's something I've been doing for over 25 years. I really like seeing people get better. I like helping people.
And the program itself, I know there's a lot of support that goes along with it. The community has a place to go, a place to call. Mm-hmm. What are some of the programs that the community members can look to find there?
I'd love to talk about our services. We have a 24-hour hotline that's accessible. We have live people on call. We have a group of volunteers. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's always someone there to answer a question or respond to a call. And it doesn't have to be an immediate crisis. People who've been traumatized can have flashbacks, nightmares, anniversary dates that bring things back to them. And sometimes they just need someone to talk with about how they're feeling and remind them that, yeah, you're normal. This is normal for what's happened to you. Or we may have cases that we're working on, people have a question. They can't sleep because they're thinking about, worrying about things. So this hotline is available. It's a toll-free number, and we respond as quickly as we can. We also provide advocacy and accompaniment services. If there is an emergency, if there was a sexual assault and someone needs help immediately, we can meet them at the emergency room at the police department. And our referrals come from our local hospitals, from law enforcement. We're the support for a victim. We're not police officers, we're not investigators. But we can sit down with a person and or family members, other people that are close to them, and help guide them through what's happened. People don't like to talk about sexual assault. No one wants to believe it happens. No one ever wants it to happen to them. And when it does, it's such a shock. And people know we're out there, but don't want to know about our services till they need our services. But we can be so helpful in the air, explain to a person what their concerns are. We don't make people go to the hospital. We don't make them go to the police. But it's always a good idea to go to the emergency room. And the staff is so well trained in dealing with sexual assaults, and it's all about making someone comfortable. If someone makes the choice to go to the police, we'll go with them when they give their police report. And we're that calm for them. You know, the person that tells them what's going on. People worry. You know, most of the people we work with have never had to deal with the police before. What's going to happen next? Why would I want to report? What's going to happen if I do? And we have to explain the realities to people. These are very, very difficult cases. Sexual assault is really hard to prosecute. But the person is going through so much trauma, the guilt, denial, grieving, loss. It's nice to have someone support them and tell them these things are normal for them to be going through. And we refer people. If someone needs long-term therapy, someone may need medical care. We like to run support groups when we have enough people to do a support group. It's important for people to know they're not alone. If this case proceeds to court, we'll go to court with a person and help them write a victim's impact statement. And these are things down the road, and they're all such foreign terms to a person. They get over the initial shock, and then they have to go to grand jury. Then there's a court date. Then there's a sentencing date, and it's bringing things back again. A sexual assault, like any trauma, is always part of someone's life, but we want to help people find a place to put it so it doesn't overpower them and they have control over what happened. We do one-on-one counseling with people, telephone counseling with people. We're supported by the New York State Department of Health and Office for Crime Victims, so we also do crime victims applications with our clients or anyone who may need one.
Now, when people call the hotline, there shouldn't be any reason not to call, even if like you said, even if it's not a crisis yet. The calls are confidential.
Everything we do is confidential.
Yep.
No one needs to know someone's utilizing our services unless they choose to tell them. And when people call our hotline, they get an answering service. They leave any name they want to and a phone number, or they could have their calls patched through, and we'll respond to them. And then we offer the services we have. And even if it's a past crime, past experience with someone, they can still come into our office for counseling and support.
So people shouldn't, if people have called and then they've received services and now they feel down the road they need some more support, they can call again.
Certainly can.
And figure out what other services they may need to
Sure.
be continued.
One of my clients came in one day. She said, "I feel like I need a tune-up," and that was how she described it.
Yeah.
And it was good. What happens with sexual assault survivors is anniversary dates. It's not a nice anniversary date, but around this time last year, this happened to me, and I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling edgy, feeling antsy. I need to talk about it. I had a client come in the other day. She called and said, "Can I come in and talk with you?" And it was just all about how her life has changed for the better and what she's been doing. With counseling, it's the survivor, the victim, that does all the work. As counselors, we support and we listen, help people sort through. But when you mention confidentiality, we're offering people a safe place to come in, to vent, to dump what they don't want to carry around anymore. Leave it with me, I can handle it. You can walk out of here and know that it's being taken care of.
And your services, I know we talked before the show, there's a volunteer program.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that, how people can help.
Okay. Anyone interested in volunteering can call our hotline, and I like to interview people and find out why they want to volunteer and if this is the right fit for them. The other night at a volunteer meeting, I asked our volunteers why they were there, and it was a unanimous answer. We want to give back to our community. We want to help people. One of the women in the program said that in different stages of her life she's volunteered in different areas, and this feels right to her now. And also, I've had people volunteer. Someone might be interested in counseling, and this is a nice way to try out how I like that. We have to give people 40 hours of training. They're New York State certified, and the counselors are very well trained. It's a big commitment for people. But our counselors are able to meet with clients at the emergency room, provide counseling, provide referrals, provide services. So it's a nice experience for someone, too, to see if this is the direction they want to go with their life. I've had some people do their internships with me when they've been in school, and most of them stay on as volunteers for the program, which is very, very nice because I get to know them. But we check our references, and it's not just women who volunteer for a rape crisis program. Men can also volunteer. If you think about, people think about victims as being female, being women. Men can also be victims. And perpetrators aren't always males. in a case of sexual assault, and how nice it is to have a strong, comforting male figure there for you to hear you listen and understand what you've been through and help guide you. And we also, we talk about victims, but we have secondary victims. We have mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, boyfriends, girlfriends of victims who want to talk with someone. They want to be there to support the person, but sometimes don't know how. And people worry about saying the wrong thing.
Now, you mentioned that it's a 24-hour hotline.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't know when they're going to need help, they're going to need support.
Right.
Is there support there 24 hours a day?
Yes. And we don't ask our volunteers to sit somewhere with a telephone. Our volunteers can use their own phones, be at home. Our volunteers have confidentiality too. The answering service has their personal information, but they are there to answer questions.
That's great to hear. And I guess another question would be, if you want to volunteer, you don't necessarily have to be live right locally. You could be from out of the county, out of the area.
Well, and actually our program is Fulton and Montgomery counties. So our volunteers are in Fulton and Montgomery counties. We've combined our volunteer force.
Okay. All right.
But our program, the Rape Crisis Program of Planned Parenthood, includes Essex, Warren, Hamilton, Schenectady, Schoharie, Fulton, and Montgomery counties.
So a big area.
It's a big area. And we don't expect our volunteers to go out to Essex and Warren counties. The volunteers that we train for Fulton and Montgomery counties stay in that area. The Schenectady volunteers stay in their area. And I just ask that people are over 18, have transportation.
So the certification, they do need to be certified. You said it's 40 hours of
40 hours of training with ongoing training. We meet once a month, and I try to provide a training for people to update them. And sometimes the trainings are about self-care too, because working with victims can be very stressful. You have to learn how to keep yourself and still work with victims, but not bring everything inside, take everything with you. And I watch the counselors very, very closely for burnout, because it can be a burnout job. But usually people say it just feels so good. You see a change in someone being able to be there for someone.
And it's helping members of your community.
Oh, definitely.
And help people get back on their feet and move forward from a tough time.
And unfortunately, there is so much sexual assault. There's so much violence against people.
Now, you mentioned the campus, college campus.
FMCC, Fulton Montgomery Community College.
Are you finding that there are more cases happening on campus or in the community, just the community at large?
The community at large, and it's interesting. People always ask me when we're busy, and there isn't any prediction.
Right.
Any kind of prediction. You had asked about the campus. I'm working with the RAs on campus. Fulton Montgomery Community College has dorms now. Okay. So I'm working with the RAs to teach them some counseling skills and to deal with crisis. And they're such a great group of young people. They really want to learn and be ready. And one of the things we work on a lot with them is boundaries. This is what you can do for people, and then they have to pick up themselves. So.
Well, I want to thank you for being here and sharing some of this information with us. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we want to hear more about the program and some other information on how people can get involved.
Okay, good.
Stay with us. When we get back, more with Veronica Parks.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
Persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Hazel spent 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Welcome back to Assembly Update. I'm Assembly Member Angelo Santa Barbara. I have a district office in Amsterdam, New York at 1170 Riverfront Center. I can be reached by phone at 518-843-0227. For the Schenectady area, my district office is at 433 State Street, Schenectady, New York, 12305. I can be reached by phone there at 382-2941. And as always, by email at santabarbara@assembly.state.ny.us. Welcome back to the show. We've been talking with Veronica Parks with the Rape Crisis Program in Montgomery County and the surrounding areas. Veronica, you mentioned you had a few locations if people wanted to come in and see, talk to people personally. Sure. And what are those locations?
The location in Montgomery County is Planned Parenthood, 4